The other night, after work, I just had a really terrible day at work, so I decided to do what any man in his 30s does, is I went home, draw myself a bath, and opened up a bottle of red wine. Thank you. But it's hard being a person above average height taking a bath. Like, your limbs are just everywhere. My legs are up by the shower head, my arms are just out. It was ridiculous. So here I am, sprawled out naked in this bathtub, just drinking this bottle of red wine, have my Pandora going on this little speaker, and I'm just reflecting on the day. And I'm just looking at the situation, me sprawled out naked, the empty bottle of red wine, Pandora going, and I realized how sad my life is at this moment. And all of a sudden, on Pandora, comes on Wilson Phillips, Hold On for One More Day. No, if I ever needed a female empowerment anthem, this is the moment. And thank you, yeah, it's a beautiful song. I did hold on for one more day, obviously, I'm here. So with the female empowerment anthem, me sprawled out naked, the empty bottle of red wine, I suddenly realized that I am the majority of all women in a Lifetime movie, and I got really sad, and I began to cry. Now with the addition of tears, I am now every woman in every Lifetime movie, and I stopped taking baths. It's a little too stressful. I just can't do it anymore, bros. Thank you. It's really fun up here.
Been married for 12 years. Thank you. Happily married for at least 10 of those. I've never wanted a threesome. I think if you put two women together, that's 8 limbs. Like a spider. Don't screw with spiders. But my wife was great. She took me aside when I started doing comedy. She really supports me. She said, honey, if there's anything you think is funny about our relationship, anything at all, I want you to get up there, I want you to say it. Not that I won't be mad, but if you feel the need to, I'll be fine. Well, I read on Facebook recently, because that's where I get all my news media from. When a woman says fine, it's actually 2 levels worse than go fuck yourself. So thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Facebook, for also keeping better tabs on me than my own mother. Probably because she's dead. To me. It's okay, though. It's okay. I see her every day on Facebook. Under the People You May Know section. So, there's that.
Show of hands, awkward laughter, staring at one another. Who here owns a sex toy? Yeah, there's someone over there who owns a sex toy, and they are proud of it, and you should be proud of it. Everybody deserves a sex toy. Everyone, you got one attached. This guy's got his hand up. He knows. You've got one attached to you. It's awesome. And sex toys are, like, amazing, but I can tell you something about a sex toy without even knowing any of you. It's a magic trick. Are you ready? I know where you put your sex toy. Sorry, I know where you keep it. I know where you put it, too. But I know where you put it. And it's your sock drawer, right? Did I get it? I know I did, because that's where you keep it, because it's good, it's near the bed, you keep it there. People don't know, you aren't going to go in your sock drawer, right? No. Keep your drugs and your sex toys right in your sock drawer. But sex toys are getting advanced now. They have become beyond the sock drawer level. You can get a sex toy now called a real doll, and a real doll is a 3/4 size human being made out of rubber that you can have sex with, and it will not fit in your sock drawer. I don't, and just because I want to have an anthropomorphized sex toy, who doesn't want to have one of those? I just put googly eyes on a dildo, and I just don't even need the whole body mouth thing. Anyway, you can't keep it in your sock drawer. It's not going to fit. You can't hide it in your closet because, somebody comes in and they're like, oh, it's a dead body. Oh, no. Don't worry. It's just a giant rubber human that I fuck. It's totally different. It's way less embarrassing than a body. Don't worry about that one. But no, you should be proud of it, you know? Like you should have that right out in your front hall, just hang a hat on it, you know, a coat. People walk in. Hey Bill, that's a pretty sexy coat rack you got there. I really like what you've done with the umbrella. Anyway, who here likes Bill Nye? Because I'm like, everyone's got to learn something, right? Yeah, I love Bill Nye. It's on Netflix now. You guys can watch Bill Nye. That's where these people are. They're out. They're learning. Everything is made of chemicals. It's a fact. So here's part of the show where I want to tell somebody some useful information, something you might not know. This one's for the guys in the crowd, because you haven't always had long hair. You decide to grow your hair out. I used to have long hair, cut it down. Little trick you can learn for the shower, all right? So you get your hair, and you're washing it, and you're getting hair on your hands. What do you do about the hair on the hands? You slap it, and you go like this, really fast. And it makes a tiny little hairball that you can. I like to do it like I'm a cat, like. And then I throw it, and it's on the wall of the shower, and it's like a little game you can play with yourself every day in the shower. Another little game you can play every day in the shower, yourself in the shower. But cats are amazing. I just moved to Flint 8 months ago, moving this out of the way now that I don't have to do that with my hands anymore. There's a reason for everything. There is. So I moved to Flint, and I got a new roommate, and he has a cat that is broken, which means not fixed. The cat is not fixed. Because your normal cat, I don't know who has cat here, but it will look at you, and it will show you that butthole. And it says, hey, what's up? That's my butthole. Check it out. It's a good old time. I use it for pooping. That's my butthole, yeah. But that's a normal cat, you know? But a cat that's broken, a cat that has not been fixed, goes into heat. And they are more of a... I'm sorry, I got a hairball. How embarrassing. So that's cats. I'm learning to be with a roommate. It's been a weird time. When I moved out to Flint originally, people would say things to me like, Flint? You work in Royal Oak. Why are you moving to Flint? Isn't that dangerous? Isn't it a dangerous place for you to live? No! It's not a dangerous place for you to live. It's not a dangerous place at all, okay? Like, you know what's a dangerous place to live? A farm. A farm is a dangerous place to live. Think about all the things that are dangerous on a farm. You've got your tractor, you got your thresher, you got your mangle, you got your silo. These are all dangerous things. You know, missiles come out of silos. Did you know that? They do. It's dangerous. Don't go on a farm. There's a reason that the Grim Reaper is carrying a giant farming implement and not a bus schedule, you know? So, a week after I told that joke for the first time, I got some sad news, and that is that the pizza guy who delivers pizza to my house was murdered delivering pizza, and they would no longer deliver pizza to my house anymore. Right? Sad. And it's like, now I'm like, I gotta move, right? You can't, because you know, like, A, I don't want to get murdered, but like, B, no pizza? Like, I live in a city. There should be pizza coming to my house whenever I want it. It's just the way that it goes. Anyway, I've got one more point for you about cats. I'm going to round it back out with some cat facts because they're great. If you get a cat that is in heat and you don't know how to deal with it, you are supposed to take a Q-tip, wet it in some petroleum jelly, and for a cat, just right in its little Prado spot, and that will alleviate the problem. I know, it's gross. It's not a joke, it's another fun fact. Anyway, people don't know that's what Q-tips are for. Everyone tells you Q-tips shouldn't go in your ear. They're for having sex with cats with. And cats would use them themselves, but they don't have sock drawers. I'm Adam Gack, or Tom Vandergack.
Do you guys know the only thing worse than snorting a line of coke off some dude's dick? When there's no coke. Just sniffing some dude's dick. It's quite awkward for everyone involved. I don't recommend it. If you're gonna sniff a dick, make sure there's cocaine there, otherwise steer clear, please. I got an Uber the other day from a comedy show, and the woman right off the bat was like, get in the front, and that always catches me out. I should have steered clear, but she told me to tell her a joke, and I don't really have any jokes that are quick, so I told her that joke, and obviously she didn't laugh at it because it's weird. We're in a Uber in the front seat, we just met, and I told her that, and then we had like this awkward silence for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, fuck me, this sucks. And then she said, I didn't not laugh because I didn't think it was funny. I didn't laugh because my ex-husband, I found out he was cheating on me because I was in a grocery store and someone came up to me and said that they snorted coke off my husband's dick. And I was like, the fucking 80s were the shit. That was my first thought. Here, I'll play you. I had to get the recorder. I was like, I need to record this bitch right now. So this is her. Oh, fuck. Sorry, we're gonna start over. Alright, this is her.
Wait, what did they say? I snorted cocaine off of your husband's cock.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They did. They said that's all he ever did. That's the only way to get a line off of David was to snip it off his dick.
Like, that is the only way to get a line off David, is to sniff it off his dick. I'll tell you what, David, you're a man who is very, very, very smart with your cocaine, because cocaine is fucking expensive. Very smart. I just picture like being like, hey girls, you want to come back and party? They're like, fuck yeah. And you like just do it while they're in the bathroom, just line up some lines on your dick, and they just come out and you're like, oh, you didn't know about the house rules? That's how I roll.
I like to drink, and sometimes, like before I get blackout drunk, I like to draw penises on my face, because that way when I wake up, it'll seem like I have friends. I like going to bars, just because it'll increase the chance that I might find my biological mother. Some of these are just for me, people. Come on. I was totally unprepared, so I'm just gonna have this notebook out. I like to think that I'm a good host, So when I have company over, I like to have my penis out. It's a bit of a conversation piece. But really, it's just small talk. I have a name for my genitals, I like to, like most guys, I like to call mine, I like to call my dick Philadelphia, right? Because it looks great on a bagel. It's a wonderful place to visit, and I've had AIDS since 1993. It's a bit of a dated reference, but you should see the movie if you haven't already. Phenomenal film. Denzel's great, man. You guys, I feel like I've kind of given up, I've started to do some, online dating. And, at this point, I would welcome somebody catfishing me, because then that way, at least somebody would, show interest at this point. That's exactly the reaction that I was looking for. Thank you, sir. We'll talk after the show. Have you ever felt like God swiped left on your life? Check me out on Tinder, you guys. you ever done something nice for somebody? You know, that feels good. Like the time that I showed up at my ex's baby shower, and then I showed up in handcuffs a half hour later. You know, I think a restraining order is just another way of saying, I still think about you quite often. That's gonna go on the inside of one of my Hallmark cards, you people. I caught my nephew watching gay porn recently, which is fine, you know, no judgments. But it was really awkward when I found him cheering his two best friends on. You know, boys will be boys. They're really roughhousing around. I like to think that I eat pussy the way that homeless people eat at a shelter. And by that, I mean sloppy and ungrateful. That's a personal favorite, I don't care. Like most kids, my parents have a nickname for me. Well, they actually have two. One is Bren, and that's short for Brennan. And the other is really hard to live up to. They like to call me Jesus, and that's because they don't believe in me. If you knew my parents, you'd understand. You see, Christ turned water into wine. I just turned my parents' hopes and dreams into tears and sadness. Enough of that mic stand. You guys, I work pretty early in the morning, and last weekend I was driving to work, and I saw a house fire, and I immediately thought three things. One, I hope that everybody that lives there is okay. Two, I should be eternally grateful for everything I have in my life. And three, wow, my ex-girlfriend's house burned way quicker than I thought it would. I've been told that I have the charisma of a burn unit victim. By a burn unit victim. Probably shouldn't visit my ex-girlfriend in the hospital. See what I did there?
I don't date men. I'm sure you're shocked to hear that. No, I will admit though, if there is a hot guy in the room, I won't even notice. People have said to me before, they said, Katie, when did you realize that you were gay? And I don't really have a specific memory of when I realized it, but I have been told that when I was born, there was a complication in the birth process because my flannel got caught in the birth canal. Is that a Birkenstock in there? Those are lesbian stereotypes this side of the room. Melissa Etheridge CD, is that better? No, it honestly took me about 25 years to realize I was gay. Which is ironic because it probably took you about 25 seconds. If only we could have switched places. You know, I grew up in Illinois, just outside of Chicago, when I moved up here for a job, and I've realized that in West Michigan, with some of the conservative friends that I've encountered, I'm the first person who bring gay into the homes of many of my friends. I think that's why my first girlfriend in Grand Rapids, her parents referred to me as their smallpox blanket. It's interesting because in 2015, you'd think everyone knows a gay, right? But in West Michigan, lots of people haven't. I mean, they've seen them in movies, they've seen gays in cages in San Francisco. They've never seen a real live gay drinking iced tea in their kitchen. I find that they're always surprised at how much they actually like me, and I'm gay. They're also always surprised that I don't talk nearly as much as they thought I would about Ellen DeGeneres and dildos. Not as much as I used to. It's always interesting meeting new people, friends of friends. I can always sense that there's always a straight girl in the bunch who's a little nervous that the lesbian's going to be attracted to her, right? You know who you are, straight girls. I meet these people, I sense this, so I try to make a joke and ease it, the tension, and I'll say, "Don't worry, you're not my type," to which they're strangely offended. I mean, literally, straight girls will go from, "Is the lesbian going to be attracted to me?" to, "Why isn't the lesbian attracted to me?" Figure it out, straight girls. Figure it out. It's confusing. I will tell you that there is a classic lesbian joke. What do two lesbians do on a first date? They go and get coffee. What do they do on a second date? Yeah, they get a U-Haul, which implies we move in together on the second date, right? The thing is, the reason why that is someone's a little bit cute, they think you're cute and a little bit funny, and you latch on because you never know if you're going to find someone else, right? Well, the reality is that there aren't that many of us available, especially here in West Michigan. I mean, I've dated the two women available in West Michigan. And since they were a mother and a daughter, that got ugly real fast. I mean, it was hot, but ugly.
Are you guys familiar with the 5-second rule? Right? It doesn't apply to me. What does apply to me? The 50-cent rule. Okay? Which means if I drop anything less than 50 cents on the ground, it's just going to stay there. I just don't care, right? I'd be more likely to pay you $1 to pick it up for me at this point. What I did discover, though, somebody at my weight, according to their BMI, should be about 7.5 feet tall. So I've been working on that, you know. Gotta have goals, right? Gotta have goals. I've been watching basketball. I don't know. I've been looking at trees. No, that was a good one. I've been snorting Extends. Doesn't work. Just makes your nose bigger. It's a lie. Huh? It's a lie. Pinocchio? No? All right. You guys want to hear a joke my wife hates? Yeah? They say, if you love something, set it free. Apparently, my ass loves farts. Yeah? Right? Yeah, I know my wife hates it because I workshopped it with her. I told her that joke, she's like, "That joke is stupid." I'm like, all right, fair enough. What if it rhymes, though? What if my ass loves gas? That's even more stupid. Right? Now, my wife really doesn't sound like an effeminate gay man, but that's the only other voice I can do. Aside from a strip club DJ, and then make the joke way different. It'd be like, what if my ass loves gas? That joke didn't work at all, but you know what does work? Amber. She works hard for her money. She also hated that joke, so really not getting anywhere with it. Guys, I was driving down the road to Lansing, Michigan, to tell some of these very jokes. When all of a sudden, I don't know if you guys have ever had the pleasure of taking the life of one of God's winged creatures, but I hit a bird with my car, right? That's not weird, not out of the ordinary, although it should be, what with their wings, but whatever. Just driving along, minding my own business, when all of a sudden, right? Bird, gone. The weird part, not 15 seconds later, I hit another bird. How does that happen? How have I gotten myself into this position? What part of bird genocide nonsense have I gotten myself into? Made me sad. But then I started thinking about it, guys. What if I'm part of some sort of avian love story, right? Like a bird Romeo and Juliet thing, you know? Like the second bird sees the first bird get hit and then takes a full 15-second cascading dive. Robin! Right? Same results, guys. Same results. Either way, though, it gives me a great excuse to call my van the Stone. Two birds, huh? Two birds, guys. It was awful. It's a long way to go for that. Guys, I'm gonna start a Journey cover band called "It's Not the Destination." Who's with me? Huh? All right. They say it's not the destination, it's the journey, right? They do say that, which I know to be true because if it weren't, there'd be a lot less porn and a lot more abortion videos. That's where they're gonna end up. Okay, guys, have a good night. Thanks.
One of these White Castles? Well, that's when you go to White Castles, when you're higher than the cost of living and you don't know any better. Drive up to the window, 4 o'clock in the morning, you throw them a $5 bill. Fill up the trunk! And then you're eating them, and then you look at the onion, you said, boy, don't those little onions look like toenails? Yeah, but you'll eat them. Didn't stop me. Yeah, any Mexicans in the house? All right, I got some hell of the dishes tonight. That's cool. I don't see any brothers here tonight. That means we're going to be doing the dishes with no music, and I'm kind of pissed off about that shit. Oh, man. People always ask me things about being Mexican. They said, well, man, how come we always see like 4 or 5 families of Chicanos in one station wagon? I have to explain we don't call them station wagons, man. We call them Chicandominiums. Shit, you give us a bus, it's like an apartment house, you know? You know, if that bastard's gonna break down, we'll fix it. We'll make it nice and low, put a little bounce in that damn thing, you know? Best buddy in Detroit, he was half black and half Mexican. His name was Jose Washington. Have you ever eaten a chitlin burrito? Yeah, it was so bad you had to eat in the bathroom with the lights out, you know what I mean? People always ask me, they say, Ruben, how come we don't see Mexicans on these family game shows like The Price is Right? I have to explain to them, you know, we're like a low-income ethnic group, man. We don't know what shit costs new. Can you imagine this show? Well, Mr. Martinez, what do you give us a toaster over there? Hell, I don't know. How about if I mow your lawn for that damn thing, man? I'm watching CNN the other night. They say for about 10 cents a day you can feed, clothe, and educate a kid in Somalia. So I put my daughter on a plane that morning. Dude, I gotta ask you this question too. Do you have Mideastern people that own these businesses like gas stations?
Yeah, we do.
Do you? Yeah, we've been infiltrated in Detroit. And before I get started here, I'd like to say hello to all my friends from East Dearborn. Hey man, it's some strange people, brother. I guess they're part of their mode of dress is to always wear sandals, whether it's 12 inches of snow outside or it's fucking summer. You wear fucking sandals. That's why they lost the fucking war, because they wore sandals. You gotta wear boots. And then these bastards wrap their women from head to toe in this gauze shit. All you can see is like one eyeball. What the hell's that all about? What if you want to hit on one? You get a flashlight and look in there? What kind of eye you got there? So I dated one. We went up to the hotel there, we got in the room, I said, unwrap your ass. And I pulled. I took one look at her and said, wrap your ass back up. Now I know why they wrap them up. She had 2 beards. So I drank a 5th of Crown Royal, and hell, she looked gorgeous.